Britain is tomorrow, and it is Liverpool taking on Rangers in the Champions League. Both clubs, very shit starts to the season for both of them. I mean, who would you argue said the shitter start? I would definitely still say Liverpool, because Liverpool are sitting ninth in the Premier League, right? Rangers sit second, 2 points behind Celtic, and have actually made the Champions League group stages. While a lot of people wouldn't have thought they would have done it. Yes, there's been a lot of pumpings on the way. Ajax 4-0, 3-0 against Napoli. But with Liverpool, yeah, they beat Ajax, but they were very lucky. They were gifted a VAR goal in the end. And then Napoli should have won about 10-1 in that game. Napoli scored four. I mean, there was goals cleared off the line. I'm pretty sure they also missed a penalty in that game. Rangers, on the other hand, don't really have a claim to anything in the Champions League. We could have got a draw against Napoli, but you know what? We didn't. So we have to move on. You know, realistically, at best, it could be 1 out of 6, but it's 0 out of 6. And our Rangers going to really turn up the more at Anfield and get a result. Well, I say this. There's no reason why they can't. Because if you look at Liverpool this season, they've dropped points to literally more or less most teams they've faced. I know they've won games, obviously they have, right? But they've drew 3 each with Brighton. Brighton played them off the park. There's periods in games at Anfield they're getting destroyed. Palace, the same. Newcastle, the same. So for them to do it, I don't really see why it would be. I don't think anyone could realistically think it's impossible for Rangers to get a result. Rangers could win them all, but they could also get beat 5-0, you know? And yeah, and if you look at the league, Liverpool are a whopping 11 points off Arsenal. I mean, did not think I'd be saying that 8 games into the season now. In fairness, they do have a game in hand, but that game in hand is against Chelsea, so that's not exactly, written in that they would win that game and close the gap. But even if they win that game, they're 8 points behind Arsenal this much into the season. Liverpool fans would not have predicted that. But also, I think the key to Liverpool advancing in this Champions League group will be if they can beat Rangers twice. You know, if Liverpool suddenly... I mean, imagine if... Say we get 2 draws against Liverpool. It actually does neither of us favours. You know, albeit from a point of view of Rangers, it would be, fuck, you drew with Liverpool twice. But in terms of Rangers actually making progress, you know, if we draw with Liverpool twice, I think it even rules out third place. It depends what happens in the other games. We probably want Napoli to win every game in the group, apart from the game they're playing against us. I guess that's the way you got to look at it. But Rangers, you know, a lot of people writing them off. They're going to make it this group, including myself. I didn't really see it. I mean, also, against Hearts, I also predicted that Rangers would in fact draw that game 1 each. They proved me wrong. They won 4-0. Hearts didn't really turn up. You know, Liverpool are going to be a different kettle of fish, but in terms of injury news, I mean, it's basically the same. Lawrence was rumoured to be back, but he's out now until after the World Cup, which is just fucking marvellous, isn't it? It's brilliant bit of news. Exactly what we wanted to hear. But the likes of Suter, Ben Davies ain't injured. People thought that, but I kind of just guessed at the time. It's like, you're 2-0 up. Hearts are down to 10. He's on a yellow. There's really no need to keep Ben Davies on that pitch. But to be fair, it was a stupid fucking yellow. Like, he just ran forward, gave it away, then hacked the guy down. You had no complaints with it. It was very stupid from Ben Davies. Could Ben Davies start this game? He could, but probably not, being honest. But if I'm looking at a starting 11 for this game, you know, I'm thinking, I mean, obviously Kent will be starting anyway, but I can just see Kent ripping Alexander-Arnold a new one. He has been getting destroyed left, right and centre this season. And that is who we need to capitalise on. All the goals are coming down that side, literally down that side, and we've got our best player on the ball on that side who can absolutely skin anyone. So I think the key to anything in this game is overload the right-hand side of Liverpool, because Salah, he's not going to track back. I mean, it's just fucking Salah. That's going to be scary biscuits going up against Barisic. But in terms of the team, it's going to have to be McGregor, Barisic, Goldson. Fuck, I was about to say James Sands. James Sands is suspended. Fucking hell, that's no good. So it looks like it actually will, in fact, be... will it be Ben? I mean, I guess it's going to have to be Ben Davies. Like, I mean, it's going to have to be the Goldson, Davies. It's obviously going to be Tav. Midfield free. I mean, this is where you've kind of got problems. To be honest, like, who do you go with? Personally, I think Who do you go with? I think you've got to go. You've got to go Jack and Lundstrom, and in front of them, you either go Tillman or you go Arfield. Arfield, it's questionable with Arfield. Like, I mean, he is a wee bit shit at times. Like, but he gives you 110%. He runs ragged. I mean, personally, I'd probably rather go Tillman if I'm being honest. But then if you go Tillman, it's like who do you play on that right hand side? I mean, Matondo is pretty good against Hearts. Do you play Tillman in the cam role, and you play Kent, and then you play Matondo on the right? That's probably what you go for. You go for pace. You try and do something on the counter. But the question is, who do you go for up front now? If it was who do you go for up front before that Hearts game, I probably would have said Morelos. But you know what? Let's just give Kolak some credit. The guy scored 11 goals in 14 games. And he hasn't missed many chances where you thought, fuck, he should be scoring that. The guy's literally been banging everything in. So I think he's got to start. Morelos, I think, will definitely have to be brought on and feature in this game, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I think we could definitely get a result. Am I going to predict the result? I don't want to. I don't want to be let down, even if I predict 5-0 Liverpool, I'm still going to think in my head, well, you know what, actually, we could maybe sneak a 2-1, but I'm not going to think that. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Liverpool. Some may say it's defeatist, but you know what? It is what it is. If we go get a result at Liverpool, it'll be good, because I can't see them playing as shit, especially at home in the Champions League. But then again, you maybe would have thought that about the league. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. I'm going 2-1 Liverpool. Prove me wrong. Prove me fucking wrong.